What do you think is the ultimate fear? I really thought I had reached the darkest of the dark, but then ahead of me lied a darkness greater still. That's Johann. That's Monster. If you're someone who loves psychological thrillers, watch the anime Monster. It is a suspense masterpiece with questions about the basic aspects of human existence at every point of the story. The main philosophical questions asked are like, what exactly is good and evil? What's the value of human life? And Johann's very own, what is the ultimate fear? The series focuses on the possibilities that humans are true monsters in extreme circumstances. Now, the story of Monster. Monster is a Japanese manga which is written and illustrated by Naoki Urasawa, a legendary manga artist known for other works like 20th Century Boys, Pluto, and many others. Plus, he's also a musician. The story is basically about a doctor, uh, Kenzo Tenma. He's a surgeon in Dusseldorf, Germany. He's Japanese surgeon working in a German hospital. And although he's professionally accomplished and he's even engaged to Eva Heinemann, the hospital director's daughter, and well, they're very much happy. But he becomes disillusioned with the institution's practice of prioritizing politically influential patients uh, over those in dire need. And there is one very important scene in the anime or the manga if you have read where Tenma really thinks about all these questions and while having dinner asks Eva, do humans have equal lives? And Eva is like, no, not everyone is equal. There's someone who are above the rest, while someone who aren't. And that drives Tenma absolutely crazy all night. And um, he even could have ended in an accident with Eva Heinemann because all of these thoughts are culminating in him and he's like, what the hell, man, all lives are equal, that's his principle, and everyone else he knows in Germany, his wife, his future wife, his director who actually plays him throughout the anime before his death, no spoilers. Now the ethical dilemma culminates when the two fraternal twins are admitted with uh, a boy and a girl, and the boy requires emergency surgery for a gunshot wound to the head. When the mayor arrives shortly after, who is also in critical condition, Tenma disregards the orders and operates on the little boy. The boy survives, the mayor dies. So the boy turns out to be Johann Liebert, perhaps the most terrifying villain in manga history, the most terrifying villain in fiction history. Now, what is this main antagonist of ours, Johann Liebert, driven by? He's driven by this concept of nihilism. What exactly is nihilism? It is an idea of rejecting certain aspects of existence, and that uh, he makes him go on to eliminate everyone who sees his face to maintain his idea of nihilism. The story of Monster itself is so great that the characters that felt unrelated to a greater picture are eventually drawn together by Johann's grand plan of things. The characters of Tenma and Johann are so delicately written that you can't help but feel the motivation and ideals of both the sides. How Johann tries to break Tenma's principles of equal lives, and how Tenma, right at the end, reinforces that idea better than anyone else, simply by saying you have a name. Yes, that's what the story is about, a name. And we still don't know what Johan's real name is. But anyway, the Monster manga sold over 20 million copies, making it one of the best selling mangas of all time. Now, this video is for you to get into the story of Monster. Read the manga. I will make separate videos on the characters, and there are also some fascinating side characters. I would make a video on Tenma, Johan, and Anna Libet, and I will also make some videos on the rest of the side characters who are absolutely fascinating. The police inspector, he's also someone who was really charismatic, and there are some unfortunate characters out there as well who need a detailed examination on what their motivations are and how they ended up in that point. And especially Johan, he is someone who needs a special analysis of, you know the kind of things that he went through in order for him to uh, just accept nihilism, annihilate everyone and anything. That's his concept. He doesn't have any other ideal. So, and in the manga, one of those Nazi followers, they wanted Johann Liebert to become the next Adolf Hitler, and he was like, "Nah, I don't give a damn about politics. I don't give a damn about supreme. This one is a supreme kind. This one is a supreme race, or this one is an inferior race. He doesn't care about race, and that's something which we need to dissect. Why and what motivates our antagonist, and also what motivates our protagonist, Tenma, who maintains this unequivocal position of equal lives, humanity, and kindness. Even after losing his job, he maintains that position, and he ends up in prison for, you know, basically accusations which are wrong. Johan kills everyone, and Tenma is the one who is getting reported. Like, that's crazy. So eventually everything ends up well for everyone. We don't know what happens to Johan. Oh, come on, that's like spoilers. We'll talk about everything else later on. I will make a separate video on all the rest of the characters. So do watch out and do subscribe and do like the channel. Thank you.